But what neuroplasticity helps you to do is to expand yourself. And it doesn't matter what your environment is, because you can create a new internal environment that will help you to expand your mind and to grow your mind despite your external environment. Let me give you an example. There could be a man who could be locked in prison and have a life sentence in prison. But in his internal environment, this man could be free. He can be free in his mind. His internal environment could say, I'm free. Now, how could a man that is locked in prison be free? It's his perspective, how he looks at things. He could say, okay, I don't have to pay taxes. I'm free from working every day. I'm free from the 9 to 5. Pretty much what I do is I get up, I get taken care of. I get all my health care taken care of. I get 3 meals a day in a warm place to sleep. What everybody's out there working to get, pretty much I get for free. In his internal environment, even though he's in prison, he can be free. So let me give you 4 points on how to reprogram or rewire your brain. Number 1, you must learn to move out of your routines, to go away or go outside of your everyday routines. If you're used to going to work this particular way, instead of doing it that way, go another way. If you're used to coming home from work and sitting on the couch and putting your feet up right after you get out of work, instead of doing that, change that routine by putting on your walking sneakers or your running sneakers and go for a run as soon as you get home. Rewire yourself to do that instead of just to come home and sit down. And what happens is, once you do something different, your brain creates a new connection. And that new connection, the more you do that thing, the new connection is being fed. And the more you do it, it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, instead of you coming home, sitting down on the couch, putting your feet up and retiring for the evening, you coming home, going straight into your room, changing your clothes, putting on your running sneakers and go for a run, that will become your new reality. So we can rewire our minds. We can introduce new information by changing our daily routines. Number 2, go out of your comfort zone. Now, our comfort zone is like this. It is actually a sphere, like a circle. And in the middle of that circle is me and you. That circle signifies our world. Everything in our world and everything that we're comfortable doing on a regular basis. When we push ourselves out of that circle, what happens is it is a point of unknown. It is a point of uncomfort. It is a point that we are not used to doing, or something that we're not used to doing, or something that we're not used to seeing. So most of the time we retreat back to our comfort zone because it is comfortable. But when you start to push yourself out of your comfort zone, what happens is your sphere of influence expands. When you push out and you feel that uncomfortable feeling, but stay there, and work through that uncomfortable feeling, and until you have created something new or done something different that in your life, what happens is your whole sphere gets bigger, the whole circle expands, and your sphere of influence becomes greater. You become more powerful. You become more able to deal with situations and circumstances that you had no idea that you could deal with. Why? Because you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone. You pushed yourself into a new zone, and your comfort zone has expanded. The more you do this, the more you expand yourself out of your comfort zone. In other words, you must face your fears. Most people's fears are outside of their comfort zone. They will be willing to stay in a relationship with a person that abused them because they don't know what type of person that they will get after them, after this person. They'd rather stay with the devil they're with than to stay with the devil that they don't know. This is us as people. We'd rather be comfortable than to be happy. Comfort is more important than happiness. But we must flip that. We must flip that. And this brings me to point number 3. We must learn to dream new dreams for ourselves. Envision ourselves in a better situation, doing things, being things, and having things that we don't have in our lives right now. Expand our vision, our reality, our vision of our own reality. And when we learn to do that, this helps us to conquer our fears and push ourselves out of our comfort zone, because it becomes wired in our minds. Did you know that our minds do not know, our brains do not know the difference between reality, a real action, or an imagined action? You can push yourself out of your comfort zone just in your mind. And if you do that on a regular basis, you will expand who you are. You will become comfortable expanding who you are. And when you do that, when you push yourself out of your comfort zone in your mind, what happens is all of the same wiring fires, all of the same emotions fire. Your brain does not know the difference. It doesn't know the difference. You can actually put yourself in a meditation state and envision yourself running. And as you envision yourself running, all of a sudden your heart rate will expand. Your blood pressure will rise, and you will feel your adrenaline boosting. Why? Just because you thought yourself into a new reality. If I said to you right now, close your eyes and imagine you're eating a lemon. Put that lemon in your mouth, take a bite. All of a sudden, your mouth will start to water. Why? Because your brain has imagined something and it took it as reality. We have the ability and the power through neuroplasticity to expand, to stretch, to move our brains into different areas that we have not yet been. We can cause ourselves to expand mentally. And as we expand ourselves mentally, we can expand physically and create a life that is powerful, that is meaningful. But we have to do these 3 things. Number 1, we must change our routine, come out of our everyday routine. Number 2, push ourselves out of our comfort zone. Number 3, imagine a new reality for ourselves before we move out of our comfort zone. Just imagine ourselves doing, being, and having something that we have not had yet, so that we can experience it in our minds. And once our minds has grasped this thought, it will be easier for us to push ourselves physically through that comfort zone. Number 4, the last one. You must create and walk in that new reality. You must walk in that new reality. What is the new reality? The new reality is that at first you was a couch potato. When you came home from work, you became a couch potato. Your new reality is you're a runner. So you need to go out and buy yourself new running shoes, a new running outfit, one that makes you feel good. I always told my students this. I said, write on paper where you want to go. Say, for instance, you want to be a professional basketball player. Write on the top of that paper, professional basketball player. And then list all the things that you would have to do in order to fulfill that goal or to fulfill that dream. And start to do it now. This is how you walk in that new reality. This is how you expand your brain, rewire your brain so that what you rewire your brain to becomes your new reality. We can do it, guys. We can do it. We can create a life that is so powerful, so peaceful. We can create heaven here on earth. And God has given us the tools and the equipment to make it happen through neuroplasticity, through rewiring our brains. We can make it happen. Let me go over those 4 things that you have to do in order for you to be able to rewire your brain. Number 1, go outside of your everyday routine. Step outside of it. Don't do things the same way. Number 2, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Push yourself. Number 3, imagine a new reality for yourself. Imagine yourself going, doing, and being the thing that you imagine in your head until it becomes real to you. And number 4, start to walk in a direction of the thing that you desire. If you learn to do these things on a regular basis, you will stretch your brain. You will rewire it. You will cause it to create new connections that will take you to higher heights, into deeper depths inside of your life, and bring you things that you can only imagine could happen in your life. Why can't your new reality be that I make $1 million a year? Why can't your new reality be that I am my total body is completely healed? I take no medication. Every system in my body is operating at 100% capacity without stress. Why can't that be your new reality? It can be. But guess what? Only you can do the work. Only you can make it happen. This is Chef Inspire. You get it? You got it? Good. Have a blessed day.